Sweet.
Okay, just background. All right, so we have the BPS data loaded in and we have the EVT data loaded in. And we know that they were clipped to the same extent, so we don't have to worry about weird mismatches. If you do a combine and you have mismatches, the output will be the smallest area that you have. All right, so if you have EVT for just one county and you have BPS for like the whole state, your resulting combined data will just be for that county, which is a good thing to know if you want that. All right, so what Megan will do now is go to View and Geoprocessing. Then she'll type Combine in the Find tools. And then it's the spatial analysis. I think there's only one combine tool, so she'll click that. All right, then she's going to select those two input rasters, the BPS and the EVT. It's taking a second. It's going to give her another drop-down box.
Does it matter what order?
It doesn't matter what order, but I go in alphabetical. It helps me to keep organized. Okay.
The resulting field names might not be discernible.
Right. That's a good point. The resulting field names will be in the order that you do this input. So it does help me to keep track.
I tend to put the names of fields into the file name so that in order, so that I've got a reference that I can.
You can track. Yes. Okay, so quick thing on this. Sienna got an error here because she had over 13 letters in the name. So you can get that error sometimes. I think you would be getting a red X over here if that were the case, but it's kind of weird. Megan's not getting that. It might be a newer version of ArcGIS Pro that allows longer names. So now you can run that. And this is one of those tools you kind of want to think about before you run, because it can take a long time if you're doing like the whole state and you're stacking together, multiple data sets. You got that error?
It's weird. I didn't get it yesterday, and I had like
Same.
Yeah.
So fickle. Okay, so it should have loaded it in, and let's just explore it. So Megan, will you zoom in and we're just gonna look at it just to see if we see anything really strange. And I usually don't, but just checking it out. All right, so then open up the attribute table. And we'll explore that. So it's good to know, like Zeke was mentioning, we have our value numbers for the biophysical settings and the value numbers for the EVT. And so I like to put them in order so I can keep track, and Zeke will even put a file name so that he knows what it'll be even clearer. When I guess you would rename over here.
When I created the file name, I wouldn't be.
It would be clear. Jill and I ran into this when she did hers. She used the clip data and it gave really funky names. So it was a little hard for us to track it down. So in case you have that happen, Megan, will you open up the attribute table with the biophysical settings? Okay, so I think Jill put it best a minute ago, and I forget how you actually put it, but you're looking for a common value between this data set and the other data set, so it knows how to link these other attributes that we want. And the one that we're going to use is this value field. So we use sort by value here. I think it's already sorted. You can double click on it. But yeah, that works. Okay, so the largest value is 2726. And then will you do that again, Megan, by double clicking or clicking once on a value? We want to sort the other way or double click. Okay, so the smallest number is 11 and 31. So just kind of look at these numbers. Then let's go back over to the combine. And you'll see that these numbers in this BPS column are the same as the numbers in the BPS attribute table. So that helps you understand what you're doing when you do the join field. So now, Megan, if you will, we need to pin your geoprocessing tool over here. Does anybody know how to do that?
Should I get over here?
Yeah, drag it. So drag the geoprocessing box over to the right. Okay.
I'll get that.
There's a little-
And then just
There you go.
Don't close it.
There you go. Yeah. So now, awesome. You'll type in join field. Okay, will you go back, hit that again? Okay, so click the bold join field, because that will open the tool. Where you clicked earlier, it opened up where it sits in the array of tools.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna pick your input table, and we want that combined BPS EVT or BPS EVT. Yes. And the join field, again, I go in alphabetical order is how I keep organized. You're gonna go the LC BPS 220. And the table will be the BPS data at the very bottom. All right, so we want to make sure that we're picking the right join table for the right join field. Megan's got that. And now this is where it gets a little confusing. She's going to pick the value field here. That will be the value field from the join table that'll match up to the values in the join field. So once you do this a few times, it'll be pretty.
With these.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, where'd my tool go?
It'll be already.
There it is. Sorry. Oh, it's on.
Okay.
It's on.
Okay, now
Again.
what we're going to do is select the transfer fields down here. Yep. And what we want to pick would be BPS name and group veg. Okay, Jill had a good question here. She asked about bringing in BPS model. All right, so I'm being a bit lazy because I've done this a lot and I know where I'm going. So I'm not going to bring in any extra fields. That's because I have a pathway set out for myself. Maybe a more prudent thing to do would be to bring in extra fields for later. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes it's better to bring in more, but because I know exactly where I'm going, I don't do that because I don't want extra data. So now you'll hit run. So did you get that error again? Okay. So Jill is getting an error where the combine doesn't work. And my first hunch when I get an error. Hey,
Did it run?
She click the validate join to
I think you
or
did.
that and it'll tell you what the
okay.
So you can see it right there.
Okay, so
It'll give you what you're doing.
I didn't.
yeah, when you click the validate join, did you get a more informational error? Sometimes the errors are not useful, but sometimes they are.
Or switch the order. I wish you could switch them.
Okay, Megan, will you go to your combined EVT, BPS and BPS EVT and okay, so this worked. We got in the BPS and group veg. So now Megan will bring in the EVT information that we want by opening up her geoprocessing tool again. Okay, for the input join field, now we want to go to EVT, not in that box. Try not to yell, go down, drop down. So click in the white area anywhere outside of here. Okay, you're going to go to the input join field and select EVT.
Or I didn't see that.
Then this one will be EVT. Value, yep, it'll be value again. And then you're going to go down to the transfer fields where it currently says, and you're going to pick EVT name and EVT fizz. And then hit the validate join just so we can experience that. Okay, so it gives you all information, but it says there's no like big warning or anything, so I think we're good to go. So you can hit close and then run. Then Jill, anything useful when you hit validate?
Mm,
Is that helpful?
Yep.
You feel like you know okay, okay. You're quicker than I am. I didn't really follow that. But okay, so Megan now has this attribute table that has all the attributes I want for where we're going with this BPS EBT comparison. So now what I would like you to do is export this attribute table, and you can, it's you're gonna have to scroll over. It's perfect, got it. Okay, so we've got the right input table. This is the input, this is the data we want to export. And then the output table, it's going to want to put it in your geo database, but that's not what we want. So Megan will hit the browse. She's going to go to the January, this LANDFIRE training, then the data folder. And that's up near the top. And then she's going to name it like BPS EBT. And then I usually put like CMB for combined. All right. And Megan is using camel case, where she's alternating between uppercase and lowercase, camel case. I usually use snake case, which would be all lowercase with underscores between the words. So you can, oh, and then good catch, Megan. Then you're going to go .csv.
Oh, that's right. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, you have to put .csv. It will, yeah, so you can hit save. Then okay. All right. Who is not at this point or has any questions? Corey, how's it going? Are you just slow or are you really long?
Right. This data is here, but it's not going into. Which layer? Show me it over here. Mm-hmm. So like I have this, like they're there, but they're not. They're just not. So when you open the attribute table of all of them. So it's not letting me run this because it's saying the values. So just the case for
Did you calculate statistics when you brought them in?
I hit yes.
Okay, so try right click on the layer over here. This one? Yeah, just right click on it.
Listen, you think
Go to symbology.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it's showing.
Showing them.
Yeah, I know. Randy, this is quick question. There's like no attribute table associated with these TIFs.
They're there in the math,
Data is displayed.
and there's data, but in the attribute table, they're not.
what I would, okay, two things. My first hunch is that you just need to remove the data from your ArcGIS project and add it back in.
Okay.
That's what I would do first. Then worst case scenario, you have to, is a pain. You have to build an attribute table. It's not hard and it just takes time.
Okay.
So try to
Just get rid
remove
of
them,
those.
then add them back in. Okay, then. Oh. It worked. Yeah, I have that sort of thing happen with Arc all the time. It's using, yeah, Travis.
One table. So I also had something selected.
Huh.
So when you select it and export it, but then select it.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, having to do
Biz, yeah, that would be like.
and even like BPS a lot. Okay, thanks, yeah.
Okay, so how'd that go, Megan?
I think it went well. I'm just making sure that I'm still straight.
Here.
No, no, no. There's no narrating gonna happen. It's just gonna be
Okay.
screen record.
Okay, so now.
Should be here.
So,
Let's see if it's open. Let's open it up. We're all good.
We're gonna do two things here. We are going to first just explore in a pivot table, get a gestalt of what's going on. Then we're gonna do some detailed things in the pivot table to prepare for making a chord diagram. All right, so this will be fun. I like this part. So Megan has clicked on this triangle at the corner to select the whole sheet. And then she went to insert, and now she'll go to pivot table and just click the button, not the drop. That will work. Yeah, I would just click the button. And I just go with the defaults here. I want a new worksheet, and we've got the whole range, all the data, so we're good to go. We can hit OK. All right, so here we're going to bring our data into the pivot table, then we're going to reshape the pivot table. All right, so first what you're going to do is bring in root veg. So you'll click root veg. Then you're going to group EVT, you're going to click EVT Fizz. Okay, remember I gave you the kind of the lecture over there, how we're using the course level classification here, because the data was not really designed to do this. So we're adding in some fuzz. Then you're going to select count. Okay, so what this is saying is that of what LANDFIRE mapped as conifer in the biophysical setting for our area of interest, if this many pixels are now agriculture, that many pixels remain in conifer, and so on. Then same for grassland. I mean, grassland to me was noise, just a few hundred pixels. So I wanted you just explore and look through this data, see how it lines up with your understanding of things. All right, great. Great.
Should we take water out?
We're going to do that in a second.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to reshape our data. And we're going to go first to design up at the top right of the, yep, exactly. Then you go all the way over to subtotals and hit the drop down and then turn off. So click the do not show subtotals. Then do the same under grand totals. Off for rows and columns. Okay, then go to report layout and select tabular form. All right, so now we have everything in separate columns, which is how I want it. This is like how many hours of me Googling, and I'm passing this along to you. I just don't have to, it took forever to figure this out. So then we're gonna go back into report layout one more time. It's gonna be, yep, down and down, there you go. And then hit repeat all item labels, which is the second one from the bottom. All right, so any questions up to this point about where we're at? Or interpreting what this is saying? Yes, the very last thing was to go to report layout and then repeat all item labels.
What came right before that?
That would have been show in tabular form.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I'm going by memory of what I said. Okay.
So just to reiterate, Randy, so this is BPS. This is EVT current. Okay. Okay. So where's
Okay, and there's a nuance here that's really cool and really important to understand. Okay, so you might be thinking, why didn't Randy just take the amount of each BPS and the amount of each EVT and make a bar chart. All right, so we had this much conifer and this much conifer, like this much conifer historically and this much conifer now. We could do that. What that does not tell you is what happened on a particular pixel. By doing that combine and stacking, you get the then and now for that pixel.
You get the spatial data is associated with.
Yeah, it's like you get this fidelity up and down that pixel column is the way I think of it. Yes. So it would be like saying Marquette County in 1970 was 30% Republican. Now it's 38% Republican. That would be the simple way to compare things, but that does not say how many people converted from Democrat to Republican from time A to time. Doing this combined, we get that conversion by
And-
pixel.
And not only that, you don't get the location data, so you don't get that neighborhood
Right.
data associated with it, or the, you know, the location.
Right. And then this reshaping I do for two reasons. One is that it's much easier for me to read than the way it comes in natively. And then to make the chord diagram, this is the way R wants the data.
Okay.
All right. So one thing that I don't like about this EBT Fizz, I don't understand it, is it's probably some Puel's thing for you fire people, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to me, 6 developed categories, right? Like I don't need all that. So what I'm gonna do now is something that I think you're gonna do a fair bit of in pivot tables, which is to group things together. I just want one developed category, not 6. And I, Randy Swati, will be saying that quarries, strip mines, gravel pits, wells, and wind pads, that's developed. So what I want you to do is hold your control button down and click all these developed and the quarries, strip mines. Okay, and one more developed above. Yes. Okay, actually, Megan, sorry, I was not clear. You're gonna click just in the cell, so just click anywhere, yeah, click the cell, and then you're gonna hold, yep, exactly. Then the quarries, yep, perfect. Okay, so don't click anymore.
Okay, but I'm just noticing
Yeah.
it does it for all of it. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so now you're gonna right click on any of these highlighted cells and hit group, which is about midway up. Okay, so it creates a whole new column. And what they do is they just added 2 onto the end.
They added 2. Oh, I see that. Okay.
Yep. And so I don't want the name group 1. So what you'll do is you'll just you'll click into any of the cells that say group 1. And up here, you're going to type develop. Then hit enter. So just take that in. It's a super powerful way to reclassify and rename things.
So you were clicking
Yeah.
Yeah, up and down the whole sheet. I know, it's like magic.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, let me try.
thinking around it.
And then click in a white space on. So, yeah, okay, click develop. Oh. Why is there just a develop? Maybe when you go back, yeah,
Sorry. Go back where?
no, you're good, you're good. Okay. So yeah, click develop, holding it.
Yeah, I just didn't know if I did something that
Those
the next
files
time
are
I
showing.
could,
Okay, right click on it and just see if it works, just see if it works. Like, it did work.
Oh, when I just
Yeah,
selected.
that's weird though, it didn't behave the same way to me.
Okay. Okay.
And now
That's
click
neat.
in, those cells are just type develop. Click here. And then up in that cell.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I love this, and I'm gonna do this, we're gonna do this one more time. Yeah. Because I want to group together the exotics. I don't want to separate out for what I'm doing, exotic herbaceous and exotic tree shrub. So I'm going to group those together. And it gives us a little more practice.
Okay.
All right, you got it.
Mhm.
So it's funny not being the one clicking. I might tell you wrong, but I think you're gonna go back here and you're gonna highlight again in the original column, exotic herbaceous, then holding control. Then right click.
Can you close those?
Yeah. For me.
So it's just exotic, herbaceous, exotic tree. That's all we want? Okay. And then group?
It
Okay.
should be. Did you click into?
It didn't group.
I didn't work.
Oh, it did? Oh, it's to the left. Oh, okay, there it is.
Would you capitalize the E?
Mm-hmm.
Because it linked up to my code later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then, all right. Okay, that'll.
Why is it not? Hold on.
You might need to ungroup and regroup. What happens if you right click on exotics and then rename? Yeah, there you go. No, that's gonna rename the whole column. Hit ungroup, Megan. Okay, then try it again. Sorry, punish for that. We'll do it right this time.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we are going to deselect EVT fizz. And it will recalculate those values for developed and exotics. So it summed all the developed that we had selected. So this is looking amazing. Before we leave this, let's practice again what we did yesterday. So Megan, if you would click back into the pivot table, then go to sum of values or sum of count, sorry, in the bottom and go value field settings with that, and then show values as. Then in the no calculation field, there's a good chance I'll get this wrong the first time. And this is, if I do, it's okay because teachable moment. Pivot tables are super powerful and you can quickly create something that's wrong. It's really easy to create something that's wrong. So I think you're going to select percent of column total and then hit OK. What did I just do? So scroll up again all the way to the top. Is this right? What should you be seeing here? Equal 100, right? Yes, exactly. So Eric got it. So within each, could you scroll up again, please?
Yeah. Oh, each row should each
Total.
group veg.
Yes. So yeah. So within each group veg, these numbers should add to 100. They clearly don't. So we did something wrong.
Okay.
I did not do that on purpose, but I'm glad that that is how that played out because you could be moving quickly and just totally foul this up.
Mhm.
So you're going to go to value field settings and hopefully I don't want to do this 7 times. So show values as, and then I think it is percent of row total or parent row total. Sorry, parent row total. Then hit OK. Okay, I think this is right. So I think within Conifer, this is going to add up to 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So either do the mental math, do a sum of a couple of them to double check.
So is the parent row the name of the veg, like the conifer?
Yeah, the group veg. So it's a little bit not intuitive, which is why I always end up trial and error on this.
Can you undo and do that one more time?
Yes. So Megan, just go back and go show values as. and then go to the very top and hit no calculation and then hit OK.
No, I can't see it. Can you do it again?
Okay, so we're starting over. Down here to sum of count. Value field settings. Show values as. It's over here. This is, you have to click on this one. And then drop down % of parent.
So I just want to summarize what we've done. In our pivot table, we have redesigned it so that we have a column for each thing. One thing being the BPS group veg, another thing being the EBT fizz, another thing being the sum of count of those combinations. We did some grouping and we did some calculating. So to me, this is stuff I do a fair bit. I think it's really powerful. So some of you are taking amazing notes, which is great, but I'm a Teams call or Zoom away from revisiting this with you at any time.
And this is recording.
Yeah, so we don't have to set up a whole hour. We can do 7 minutes and walk you through this or whatever. So it's not a big deal. So what I want to do now is to copy columns A through C. All right, then go to File, New, Blank Workbook. Then right-click, Paste Values, and I think that's perfect. We want to just paste the values. So what it did though. Yes, good. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did everyone follow that? Megan was like, she's got it.
You just want to paste the values. So this,
Not the headings.
right. Well, the headings, yes, but
They'll come in just.
I'll just undo it all.
Yeah.
Just everybody calm down. So here, this 1, 2, 3,
So she right-clicked in the cell and then she
Which
got
cell?
of how to.
anyone. Just
The whole
Just-
table.
yeah.
So you highlighted everything.
No.
And then you right clicked and copied.
I highlighted this whole bad boy. Copy. Then I started a new workbook in this empty thing. Right click, paste values only. If you do formulas, transpose, all that BS, you're going to get a lot more stuff. You just want the values, the base values. Then this is irritating, so we just go like that. Let's get rid of these things here. Delete the rows. Clean it up.
Okay, so by pasting values, which is what we wanted, and I like the way Megan said it, if you don't paste values, you get a bunch of extra stuff and maybe stuff you don't see behind the scenes in each cell.
It's gonna muck it up.
It's gonna muck it up. But what that means is that now we have the decimal values instead of the percents. So Megan, I'd like you to create a new column and name it %. Then go in and hit equal. Parentheses, I always do parentheses. Then click on cell C1 or type it in. Then you're gonna do your asterisk or shift 8. Then 100. Just close parentheses, then hit enter. Then she's gonna double click on this little square at the bottom. Double click that and it will carry the calculation down.
You want 2 decimals?
That's fine.
It's fine like this.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine like it is. Okay, this is gonna be, okay, how are people doing? We've got a couple more tedious steps.
But we're-
Everybody's fine? Okay, so what I want you to do now is highlight column A. So click on the A, then hit Control F. Did I hear a Randy? No, okay. I am sorry. That was the wrong thing to do. Okay, in column E, this is gonna be so fun. You're gonna love this. Okay. You're gonna hit equal. What I wanna do, let me tell you what we're gonna do, and then I'll tell you how to do it.
Don't you want that down here? E2.
Either way would have been fine.
Okay.
I wanna put the word past in front of all these without typing it. So I'm gonna go equal sign, then type the word concatenate. C-O-N, and then select, or you can select the, yep, that's great. I need to type it. Double click that. All right. I feel all of a sudden so blank since I'm not doing it. It's so bizarre. You're gonna, in quotation marks, type the word past, then a space, then a quotation mark, then a comma. Then you're gonna select cell A2, then parentheses, then enter. Okay, so hold there, Megan, if you would. So if people are,
So here's the,
concatenate is sort of like pasting things together.
sorry.
Did everyone get this? We're there? Nick, was that
Is there a
enough?
space here? There is a space there. After the word past, there's a space.
When you're in quotation marks, you can do whatever you want. You could cuss, you could put spaces, parentheses, it's fine. Okay, then Megan is gonna double click on the little square again to carry that action down the whole way. Then, if you would you name that column pass? Okay. Then highlight so the column now has those formulas. We don't want the formulas. So highlight the column, copy. And then in column E or anywhere you're going to go paste values. Okay. Okay, now you need to delete columns A and E.
Why am I deleting A2? Oh, because it's already contained.
Okay. Okay, beautiful. Okay, I need to step back and look at it for a second.
Do you want this title? Do you want that as the title or do you want that
Good catch. Okay,
present?
I should do it that way, but I didn't. Title EBT all caps. Okay. Okay, then you can delete column B.
Because just as a reminder, this is
Oh.
You see what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you need to do copy paste values for the percent. So highlight column C, copy, and you can paste on top if you want, but whatever. Okay, now you can delete column
You
B without penalty.
Okay, so we copied this percent, copy, and then just right on top of it, paste as that values.
It gets rid of the equation that's assigned to it.
The little 1, 2, that simple one that's just 1, 2, 3, this one. Point to it, Randy. Okay. Okay, and then delete B. If we screwed up, yeah, there we go, we did it.
Okay. So just a review of this. If you're getting weird things when working in Excel, one thing you can suspect is that there's weird things going on behind the scenes that you don't see. So that's why we will often do this copy paste values. So we don't get any weird formatting. We don't get calculation or the formulas or anything. So everything's pretty clean now. Okay. So this is what I propose. We save this and then we take a small break.
A CSV or what?
Yes. So you're going to go save as, and you're going to put in your data folder directory. So she's in the right place. She was.
Okay,
Something did not go
sorry.
right.
Hold on, stand by. Save
Yeah.
as.
Yeah, there, double click that. Okay, beautiful.
And we don't want this CSV up here. We want the one all the
Yeah.
way down there. I didn't know there was a difference until yesterday.
And functionally, I don't know what they would do. So you're gonna name this like BBT.
Which CSV do you want?
Just the one in the scroll down. You want this one. CSV
The comma delimited.
delimited. Delimited.
You're gonna name this BPS underscore EBT underscore board. And Megan's doing camel and snake case.
What do you want? Is that what you want?
This is.
Stop complaining.
I'm just labeling you. I'm just profiling you. Megan wants it all. I want to be.
But I
camel
mean, is this
and
gonna
snake.
match your fancy little chord diagram?
No, but we'll fix that. That's fine. I don't remember what I named it. So go.
BPS EBT chord.
That doesn't sound good.
Which, column do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you can delete that one. You can delete that. You can say,
Yep.
They're down. That is no. Okay, they're stopped.
Just a value. Exactly. Concatenated this bad boy. You'll have it. It'll all be in one long video you can revisit. You can come back here any day you want.
Mine never lets me do.
My PC, it makes me nervous, but my PC crashing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good.